Okay, let's do a class A, a little different. Same table up here that we've seen before, right? My default mask for a class A is going to be 255.0.0.0. In a class A, the number in the first octet is going to be between 1 and 127. I'll let you go do some research on the internet to find how you determine what classes are and what their default subnet mask is. But I'm just going to tell you right now, it's 255.0.0.0. Now, in this case, I'm going to borrow 2 bits. So I'm going to go into the table, 1, 2, and I'm going to need the 192 as my new subnet number, and that next adjacent vacant octet, which is that one. So I'm going to put a 192 there, right, because I know I need 2. And then the 64 is my range increment. So notice how the table shakes out. The next vacant octet after the 255 is this one. So you add 64 to it in each case till you get to the top number, 192. Now for the host, it's a little different. You keep this network number for the first 2, and you put a 1 there. Now for the high, you got to take 63, or the broadcast, you got to take 63 and subtract 1 from it, or 64 and subtract 1. That's what's going to get you 63. So it's always, so broadcast is the next network number minus 1, so that's a 63. And you're going to just drop 255s in there. See all the way down? A pair of them. And then for the high, you keep the first 2 octet, the third and the fourth octet, and you just subtract 1 from 255, and you put a 254 in there. So you notice that the second octet is going to be the same as your broadcast number in each case. See that? And then for this 2, which is the high range, it's going to be 255 to 254 all the way down. So that's subnetting a class A with borrowing 2 bits. Thank you very much. Copyright 2008, Todd Metters. Oh, by the way, one other thing. It doesn't matter what this number here is, as long as it's a class A. It could be 2 or 6 or 19 or 42. Only thing that would change here would be that first column. Everything else would be the same. By the way, this gives me 2 networks. All right. And so if I gave you a question that said I need at least 2 networks, because you can't use the first and the last. First is the whole subnet row, and the last identifies the broadcast. So it's always 2 to the number of bits you borrow. We borrowed 2 bits, that's 4. 2 squared is 4. Minus 2, it's 2, which is these are the 2 you can use. Okay? Thank you very much. Second copyright, Todd Metters, 2008.